All right, so next up, we got a guy saying and claiming that he's quitting his job, okay, his job for YouTube. All right, he's quitting his job for YouTube. This is going to be really interesting. I feel like I know where it's going, but let's go ahead and see what he's talking about. I'm going to shout him out real quick as well. Robert C. Edison. He has 30,000 subscribers at the time of this recording. We're going to get right into it. Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? Man, guys, I'm leaving my job. Dead ass serious. This isn't clickbait. I'm leaving. I woke up this morning and I was rushing to get out the six-figure morning show. It's a little bittersweet, so I mean, I'm not about to cry or nothing, but it's damn sure it's got me in my feelings. I've been in this field for 7 years now. I just hired on with this company.
We're good now? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so what I was saying is because he went ahead and broke down, he was like, yeah, it's going to be like, basically, he was saying this is going to be hard for him to like admit and let go and everything. And I was just saying that, when I had my online fitness account, it was hard for me to let go too. And I thought it was going to be easy because I wanted a result out of life. But because I had my identity so attached to being an online fitness coach, I was like, man, like all I know is fitness. But no, like the skills or the things that you go through in life and lessons that you learned, you can use as your next adventure, as your next business, as your next great idea. This is why I tell people you can use your own knowledge to help people and you can make money from it. I knew how to make money in the fitness industry. I knew how to make money using Instagram. Just identified myself as the person to I just identified myself as the person that could teach people how to lose weight and build muscle. But I also knew how to make money. Hence what we're doing right now, right? Let's go ahead and continue.
But for one, it's not a good company. They paid me more money. I'm sitting there, I'm pulling in $40 an hour with, overtime and all that good stuff. And I mean, they paid me good money, but it's just time to go, man. I can't sit back. I can't build this business and watch mine fail. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here. I'm not bullshitting with you. I tell you guys, success is on the other side of fear.
You can sell.
All right, so we're going to perfect timing because we're not going to watch this ad, but I just want to say right now that it makes sense. Like he's saying that, on the opposite side of fear, there is success, right? And I'm a huge believer in this. And one of my latest videos, I told y'all like I'm looking for a 9 to 5 now, but there's purpose behind this, right? Like he's saying his job was holding him back from his business. Knowing what I know now, and I'm telling y'all, like it just blew my mind because I'm like, I'm always the type to be like, okay, well, the more work I put in, the more money I will earn, right? The harder I work, the bigger the reward will be. But at some point, you know enough to get the result. You just need a system. For example, let's just say you wanted a 6 pack, right? You wanted a 6 pack by summer. You know what you need to do. You need to go to the gym, you need to eat healthier. Those are just the basics. But the problem that most people have is they'll either have kids, they'll have a significant other, they'll like watching TV, and let's say they like playing the video game or something, right? So they allow those things to become a priority over them showing up to the gym when all they need to do is two things, but they're putting 4 or 5 other things ahead of that thing to help them get in shape, get the 6 pack. And so a system allows you to integrate what you need to do to get the result while you're doing the other things you need to do. Okay. Our phones, I remember at a certain point, let me know in the chat, y'all. Like, I remember at a certain point, phones were just phones. Like, all you could do on a phone was call people and text people. But now you can talk, you can call people, you can text people, you can search the internet. It's a personal hotspot. You can FaceTime people. You can locate your other devices. You get what I'm saying? You can take pictures with it. You can vlog with it. Like there's a whole bunch of things that you can use for your phone now. This is how systems work. They made the phones better so they can do more of the same thing that they were already built to do, but more efficiently and do more inside. And the phones got smaller. They didn't get bigger, and they are able to do more. Our phones got smaller. They're able to do more. They fit in our pocket. You know, my parents grew up in the age where they had to go to a payphone and it was plugged up to a sidewalk and they had to put quarters in it, you know, or it was a big block phone and they couldn't put it in their pocket. Dr. Clapp said phone is literally your bank account slash job if you're a content creator. Yes, it's your wallet, y'all. Like, do you not understand? I remember when Apple Pay first came out, right? You got it's your wallet now. And in some states, you can put your ID in here, your driver's license in here. It's your wallet now. Your watch does the same thing. The big problem, I don't know where he's going with this, but I'm telling you right now, from being an entrepreneur full time for the past 4 years of my life, one of my biggest lessons that I learned is that if you want something to work, you have to have a system behind it, and that's exactly why I have the Ask You Wealth community. Not to like tell you guys, hey, buy my course, but I'm telling you all, like, I show you all systems that you can use in your life to free up your time and make more while working less. And believe me, I've had the 2 hour sleep nights, the 3 hour sleep nights. All right. You guys have been along my journey at the time where I was working UPS from 4 a.m. all the way to 9 a.m. and then working on content creation and business and selling digital products and making $1,000 here, making $800 there. Like, it was very overwhelming, but that's because I wasn't a good system creator. In business, they call this SOP. I want you to imagine going into Subway, right? Going into Subway, and as soon as you walk in, you hear the door go ding, ding, and then the person that works at Subway is like, "Hey, welcome to Subway." And then you get to the front of the line and they're like, "Hey, what kind of what kind of bread do you want?" And you're like, "Oh, let me get that bread." And you're like, 6 inch or foot long. And you're like, "Okay, let me get a foot long." And they're like, "What kind of meat do you want? What kind of cheese do you want? You want that toasted?" That's called a standard operation procedure. Okay. They have to ask you those questions in order because that's what they're trained to do. And it gets the job done efficiently. Do you get what I'm saying? So, in order for you to have a successful business and work, you have to have systems in place to where it's like, hey, as soon as I sit down at this desk and get and open up my laptop, I know exactly what I need to do. Because that's how your 9 to 5 works. They train you exactly on what to do, and they say, we're going to pay you per hour to do this every time you clock in. But you don't treat your business as an entrepreneur like that. You're like, oh, I'm passionate about it. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can create. It's not always about creating. At a certain point, you're going to have to just sit down and do the work in a specific order to get the result and stop working. I'm just saying, but you got to have the passive income system set up. Someone asked a great question. Dr. Clapp asked, what's the name meaning behind Ask You Wealth? Okay, so my last name is Askew. My name is Jay Askew. It's spelled Askew. And when I started my fitness account like 4 or 5 years ago, one of my roommates in college was like, hey, you should name your fitness business Ask You Fitness. And I was like, why, bro? Sounds kind of corny. And he was like, so you can ask me about fitness for you. And I was like, bro, at the time I thought it was hard, but it sounds cheesy now. But anyways, I kept that mantra. I'm like, oh, my old channel, my old social media page was Ask You Fitness. Why not just name it Ask You Wealth, right? And it has a unique twist to my last name. Nobody have a channel called Ask You Wealth. All right. My last name is literally Askew, but it's spelled Askew. All right. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and continue the video. I'm going to turn down my heat, but we're going to continue this video as well.
I'm a little nervous about it. We're at the holiday season. I got kids. I got all that stuff. Just like you guys do. I got bills, rent, lights, water, gas. But I'm going to go all in on me, man. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go all in on me. And I'm going to give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot one last time, right? I told you guys I'm gonna die on this damn road. So I don't want to come off as somebody that just talks shit that's on YouTube talking shit. I'm gonna die.
What I tell y'all though, I feel his passion, don't get me wrong, because I've had the same mindset. I'll still have the same mindset. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you need that push, if you need that push to stay consistent, have that push. What I'm saying is most people, and I don't have kids, but most people, they'll use their kids as a way as motivation that is in the wrong direction. For example, I was reading this book a couple years ago, and it was like most people who have kids, they end up using their kids as an excuse as to why they can't do what they need to do in life. When they should look at those things as this is the motivation as to why I need to do it. So if you want to lose weight, people are like, "Oh, I can't work out for an hour. I have kids." No, you need to work out for an hour because you have kids. Because you need them to look at you as a role model and not at another man that's in shape, that's made up on a electronic income reducer. Shout out to Myron Golden, a TV of a fake superhero who's in shape, and they're looking at him more than you as the leader. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, not everybody may have kids that watch my videos. I don't have kids, but I'm just telling you, like, there's things in all of our lives that we can allow to be an excuse or become a reason why we need to get it done. Like for me, I need to get these YouTube videos done, but right now it's 11 o'clock at night. But I need to get it done. What's my reason why? Well, freedom, time freedom. Okay? Time freedom. All right? What do you use as your own motivation? Dr. Clapp said exactly. All right, guys, let's continue.
Down this damn road. Personal development, life coach, business coach. You got to bear with me. I'm trying to clean this truck out. I'm trying to be nice. But look, I told myself this morning, because I was rushing to get things done, I was trying to hurry up and do the six-figure morning show. I felt like I was rushed on that. And I told myself, I said, if I go to work and they're talking shit. So my boss has been with this company for 40 years, and he's been in his current position for 25. He's a real don't touch my stapler kind of motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like he's a real
Bro he's fed up at the job, man. That's a whole other story. That ain't got nothing to do about entrepreneurship. That's something else. That's something else that's happening on the job, you know. And I'm not talking bad about any employer or anything like that. I'm not gonna. That's not what the point of my videos are. But man, when I was working at UPS, man, I had this supervisor, and he, you know, it's just certain people that just push you the wrong way, and I'm like, bro, I know this is not meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this isn't meant for me. Dr. Clapp said, I feel him, bro. Why? This is how you know, like, a job. Just because a job can pay the bills doesn't mean it's meant for you. All right, get that tatted. Just because a job can pay the bills doesn't mean that it's for you. All right. Same thing with entrepreneurship. Just because you can make money on Instagram doesn't mean it's for you either. You know what I'm saying? Like it can also open doors. So at the end of the day, I mean, even having this experience and him being in that mode can have him realize, like, I just need to do better. So a change needs to happen. A change needs to happen. A change needs to happen. Right? That's when you lock in. A lot of people just say, "Bro, lock in. It's 2025. Bro, lock in. Lock in." It's yeah. Locking in shouldn't have to be determined off of a time period. If you need to lock in, let it be because you know you need the change. That's when usually people stick with the habits that they've been dodging for the longest. Imagine someone eating a whole bunch of junk food until they go to the doctor because they have slight chest pains, and they come back and the doctor's like, "Yeah, man, you got this long." You know what I'm saying? God forbid, but hey, man, you need to change the way you living, you know? And now that person is so scared, so jolted up from that life change, they're like, yeah, something got to change because I don't want to leave this early. You know what I'm saying? I work at a valet and you hate it, bro. Use that as motivation, bro. Use that as motivation, bro. Y'all, I told y'all I'm looking for a 9 to 5. I really don't want to look for one. I promise you. But I know it's going to help me have leverage. I know that most of my time has been, I'm not going to say wasted, but stretched out. Like it could have been easier if I had a consistent flow of things and I could really stack that money. So at the end of the day, I mean, use that as motivation, man. Like use it as a way to look for an escape and make sure you have the right processes in place. When I was an entrepreneur in my younger years, it's only been about maybe 6 years since I've been in entrepreneurship, but I never knew what a system was. I thought a system was literally like a computer or a program or something like that. But Nah. Like a system is literally knowing, like I that subway example I gave y'all in the other videos, in the other video, right? Like when you walk through the door at Subway, the door rings and they're like, "Hey, welcome to Subway." And you get to the front of the line and they're like, "Hey, what kind of bread do you want? You want a 6 inch or a foot long? You want what kind of meat do you want? What kind of cheese do you want? What do you want it toasted? You know what I'm saying? What vegetables do you want? What sauce do you want? Do you want to add a cookie with that?" They add you, they ask you in a specific order for a reason. That's what a system is. You need to know exactly what you want to accomplish. What's the vehicle that's going to get you there? Is it Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, whatever, YouTube? How are you going to make it happen, which is the system? And how are you going to sustain it, which is the system reliability, like knowing that it's going to bring you the result. You know what I'm saying? I have a clothing brand, but the thing I regret was using ads instead of building a fan. Big time, bro. And it's okay. Like the mistakes are lessons. Mistakes are lessons. Okay. But yeah, that falls right in line with within place when you had asked me earlier about ads, right? Ads can work. They can work two ways. You can hire somebody to do them, or you can learn how to do them. But the easiest way is to learn how to create organic content that people like first. That way, you can just literally create something similar in the ad and it'll still do its magic. It'll still do its magic because people are still consuming content on that platform. Okay, it's not like too much is changing. It's just that you paid to be placed in a certain area instead of them actually following you in the algorithm. That's the only thing. And your offer as well. I will say that too. Your offer has to be bomb. Let me see. I'm gonna read this next comment. I'm trying to see if I can keep it up here. I'm tired of it going away. All right, so I think I'll just use an alt and build an alternative and build a fan base. Hold on. I think I'll just use an alternative and build a fan base there, then convert the followers to the main account. I mean, yeah, community is super strong, man. Community is super strong. Like building a community, creating content, and I wouldn't build a community on Instagram. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know I have 30,000 followers, but it's nothing like having a YouTube channel where people watch your long-term content based off your personality. Okay. But yeah. All right. Let's see.